girls, it's your long distance sister here, and today's video is for Cheyenne. Cheyenne, you wanted a natural makeup look, and honestly, I'm gonna do my best. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, first things first, we're going to do moisturizer. This is super duper important. Even if you're not gonna wear any makeup for the day, you should find a moisturizer that you like. And sunscreen's always a good idea because it protects your skin, and your skin needs protection. What I use is a Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer, and it has SPF of 15. It is specifically for face, and it is good for all skin types. I've actually taken some time, and I've waited for my moisturizer to kind of dry. I read somewhere where you're supposed to let it dry, so I was like, I'm gonna try that. Now it actually feels kind of, like, it feels moisturized, but it feels kind of tacky. Like, it feels like it'll actually hold on to stuff. That's cool. Now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. Now, honestly, if you have oily skin, I kind of would stay away from this because it's oily. Alrighty then. Now, I always start with my eyebrows. My personal favorite, which has been my go-to for the last few days, is the e.l.f. Brow Duo thing in Light. I don't know the actual name of it. Obviously, I use it a ton. This is a finished product. I just mainly use this Duo. It's the Bismol eyebrow brush. I just fill it in with this little bitty one and then brush it over and then clean it up with this one. Now I do my eyes, neck. As you can see, my eyes are veiny. That's basically what I call them. Eye primer, sometimes eyeshadow primer sometimes helps. I'm gonna go in with my LA Pro. Is in porcelain. I'm going to go back in with the eyebrow brush I used a second ago. I'm just going to brush that in. And then I just take a little beauty blender and then blend that out. What you're going to want to do is take whichever one matches your skin the best. Take that one. Dust that off. But this is my Lorac Butt Tie Attire eyeshadow palette. And I just set the concealer with that. That's all nice and set, and now you're gonna want to find cinnamon, I call it cinnamon, a cinnamon color for the outer eyes. Take my Wet n Wild brush that I had in the description for the Leviathan video. If you haven't seen that video, it's gonna be linked down below, but I'm pretty sure you've seen it, Cheyenne. I'm just gonna dab that right into the outer corner. So, the best part about natural looks, in my opinion, is that it really focuses on your, like, eyelashes. That's honestly my opinion. If my eyelashes look great in it, then I'm happy. That's just dark enough. That's exactly what you want it to look like. I'm gonna darken this side up a little bit. Alright, and then you're gonna take a fluffy brush. The Wet n Wild one, I know they still have this one on the website. The one I just used, though, they have a different one. And then you're going to want to take if you have it, mine's kind of a shimmery. This is from the Wet n Wild palette, All Natural look. I'll have to try that one out. You can't even tell. I mean, it's there, but that's what I like about it. It's more like a highlight. It's a very subtle look. I'm going to take a flat brush. I will link one down below. And I just put a little bit of that highlighting kind of color in it. And now I'm just going to put it right on top of my eyelid. And then we're going to take that brush from earlier that we set it with, and we're gonna blend. And you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of a darker shade. I'm gonna take that darker brown right there. I'm gonna use my Real Techniques base shadow brush. Just get a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. I'm going to put it right there on the outside corner. I'm just going to take that up a little bit and stop in the center of my eyes. I'm going to take it all the way in. Just want to give myself a little bit of a definition. The only reason I'm able to use this brush so much is because I keep a washcloth right here. And it's not soft, kind of like a gritty feeling to it, so it grabs the brush and grabs whatever on it and cleans it off. And I keep that right beside me. Always. The eyes are done. Now we're going to move on to the face. Now, I have under eyes. Very bad. If you don't have them, you can skip this part. I use the Master Camo in Light from Maybelline. Obviously, it's my favorite. I use that one on my under eyes, and it just brightens it up. So I'm just going to take my little beauty blender. Rub it in there. It's not an actual beauty blender. It's a knockoff beauty blender. I got like 3 from Ulta. And then I'm going to mix it with that little yellow just a little bit. Now I've got some redness that I want to get rid of, so I'm going to take that green looking one. And this dot in the middle of my forehead that is a pimple. I'm going to blend that out. Big Real Techniques blender coming at you. There we go. There we go. And I'm actually going to keep using this one because I realize that my cheeks are pretty bad. I do this part just because it adds more coverage to any foundation I use. And I blend it out a lot so that there's not any bumps or creases or anything that the foundation has to deal with. So now I'm going to blend. And now we're going to move on to foundation. Now this is a new foundation. I'm still kind of playing with it, so I don't know if I 100% like it yet. But it's a Maybelline up to 24-hour foundation in 102 Fair Porcelain. And when I first bought it, I spent forever twisting it and trying to get it to open because the Maybelline Fit Me is a twist top. So I was like, oh, okay. This one's a twist top. But like, I realized it was a pump and I was like, oh, I already love it. Like, I was so excited. I was too excited. So I'm going to use that real quick. I'm going to put it on my hand. Because the other day I did it directly with my brush and it did not look good. But the first time I did it, I put it on my hand and then I did it. I'm just going to start over here. Okay. I feel like I'm a little washed out. And it's gritty. It was gritty like this yesterday whenever I used it. And I thought it was something I had done. But it may be the primer, honestly, because the first time I used it, I didn't use the e.l.f. primer. So it might be that. But it claims to be full coverage. That's what I was so excited about. I was like, I hope it is. Because I've never tried any of the really expensive foundations. Or like Sephora foundation. So I was like, okay, maybe I won't have to. Maybe I'll really like this one. Because I'm a broke girl right now. But, I don't know. It looks textured. It's not like bringing it over. It's just doesn't clog pores. It doesn't even look like it like goes. It's like it's sitting on top of my skin rather than like actually being in my skin. Does that make sense? I feel like that's not something most people complain about, but like I feel like it's just sitting on top and not. I don't know. Maybe my concealer will fix it. I'm gonna go in with the Glamouflage concealer. I put it on right underneath my eyes, temple, oh, my T-zone, honestly, and then. Okay, so halfway through blending my concealer out, I turned off my mirror lamp because I have a mirror with lights in it, and so I turned that off, and it kind of, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I just guess whenever, like, this mirror just brings in focus of everything, so I guess it's the mirror or I'm picking everything up, but if I'm close up to somebody, I don't want them to be able to see everything, you know? Okay, whatever. Okay, now one of the only expensive things that I have, it wasn't expensive when I bought it, is a Sonia Kasuk setting powder, but I have the Airspun loose powder, and it worked underneath my eyes for a while, but then it just got bad. And so I tried the Wet n Wild mattifying powder, realized it's for oily skin, it's not for setting under eyes, which if I had read the back, I'd know that. So I'm just going to get my eyes down a little bit. And this is in the shade Light. So, and I've learned that if I use a brush, I have a lot better chance of liking the outcome than anything else. So I'm going to go in with that flat brush that I use to put on the eyeshadow with. Which I'm still not upset about. That I know it's supposed to be like a natural look, but I think I'll take a... Okay, and now I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Dual-Ended Contour Stick. And this is light to medium. So, just a little stick right there. And I'm just going to... I'm still learning on this, so right there. I stop where my eyebrow starts. And I line it up with this. So, right there. Get a little bit thicker one. I used to laugh at the people who like use random objects, but then I realized like it kind of helps. Like no, using like a knife is not what you should do, but like using a little bit of something is not too bad. And I check like front on just to see. I might need a little bit extra that way. It's just so even. But honestly, I can do that with blending. So now I'm gonna go blend. Well, I'm gonna put a little up there. Just give my face some kind of definition. Not severe contouring. It's just kind of like, oh hey, I have a face. Yay! Okay, so where the light's hitting me right now, it looks like I have like a nice little highlight on, but that's just my beauty blender being fairly damp and getting me all damp and stuff. Alrighty, now I'm going to take out the under part of this with the big old fluffy brush. And now I'm going to take that same brush, take the Airspun Original Formula Translucent, and put it into the two shiny parts that don't really need to be shiny. I mean, obviously my cheekbones I'm going to leave alone. I'm going to go in with that's the Illuminate. No, I'm going to take these two lighter shades down here. I smile and make my cheeks all cute and rosy because I'm taking it all off now. And just kind of blending it. But when I smile, I get these little chunky cheeks because I have cheeks. Ignore my hair. I'm still learning how to do my hair. I am going to go in with the e.l.f. Heart Defense? I don't know her last name. I don't know how to say it. I'm so bad. She's a YouTuber and she's adorable and I love her. It's her highlighting duo. It's called Coffees and Cream. And I'm just going to take that one right there with this strange pointed brush that I have. And just woohoo. Yeah. Honestly, this is more of like an everyday look, to be 100% honest. And go in with the new Maybelline Total Temptation. Look at that difference. So I'm going to go in with this Maybelline Lust for Blush Matte right after I put on some Carmax. Ah! There we go. That's the look.